Have you ever felt that strange pull in the center of your forehead? Not a physical sensation, but a whisper of awareness, a flicker of light behind closed eyes, as though something ancient was trying to awaken in you? This is not imagination. This is the third eye, the gateway to realms not seen by the ordinary mind. And when it begins to stir, life as you know it starts to dissolve. This video is not for everyone. It is for those who have felt that deep, wordless calling, the ones born with a mission buried so deeply, even they have forgotten it. You are not here by accident. You are here because you might be one of the Omega-level chosen ones. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt alone in a crowded room, not because you lack connection, but because you sense something too vast, too mysterious for words? That's the first sign the veil begins to thin. You start to realize that the world you were taught to believe in is not the world as it is. You see patterns in chaos, hear messages in silence, and feel the pulse of the universe in your chest. Omega-level beings are not made, they are remembered. When your third eye begins to open, you are not learning something new, you are remembering who you were before you forgot. The journey begins with discomfort. You don't wake up to divine truth through comfort. There is a breaking, a shattering of illusions. You may feel like you're losing your mind, but what's really happening is that the false self is dissolving. You start to question everything: your identity, your desires, even your sense of time. Nights become sacred, sleep becomes optional, and dreams become more real than waking life. Have you experienced this? Waking up from a dream only to realize you were never fully awake in the first place? Your sensitivity becomes unbearable at times. This is the second sign. You feel the energy of a room the moment you walk in. You can hear the sadness in someone's voice even when they smile. You cry for people you've never met. You find yourself overwhelmed not by your emotions, but by the emotions of the collective. This is not weakness, this is divine empathy. Omega-level souls are wired to feel deeply, because they are meant to transmute the pain of the planet. You are not too sensitive. You are tuned to a frequency that most people have forgotten how to hear. And then the isolation begins. Not as punishment, but as preparation. The universe begins to remove the noise. Friends leave, relationships fall apart, jobs crumble. It may feel like destruction, but it is sacred demolition. You are being purified. You are being emptied so that you can be filled with light. You may scream at the sky, asking why everything is being taken from you, but the wiser question is, what is being made space for? When your third eye opens, the old life cannot survive. You are no longer compatible with illusion. Do you ever feel you are watching the world from outside of it? Like everyone is asleep, walking through dreams, chasing shadows. This detachment is not disassociation, it is awakening. You are beginning to see the strings behind the puppet show. You no longer react the way you used to. You feel the manipulation in media, the lies in politics, the spiritual void in material success. You are not cynical, you are clear. The third eye does not give you new information, it strips away the lies so you can see what has always been true.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound insights.
And then comes the third sign. Time begins to bend. You have moments where hours pass in minutes or minutes stretch into eternity. You remember things you never lived. You feel nostalgia for places you've never been. You begin to understand that time is not linear, it is layered, spiraling, sacred. You start having visions, flashes of insight, knowing things before they happen. Omega-level chosen ones are not bound by time. They are time travelers of the soul. They came here across lifetimes, across dimensions, to anchor a new frequency. Do you know what it's like to feel the weight of the world and still smile anyway? Not because you're naive, but because you've seen the darkness and still choose to love? That is the fourth sign. Your love becomes unconditional. You forgive without needing apology. You help without expecting recognition. You become a silent warrior of the light. You no longer need to win arguments because you realize truth doesn't need defending. Your energy speaks before your mouth opens. People are drawn to you and they don't know why. Children stare at you. Animals trust you. Strangers confess their lives to you. It is because they recognize your light, even if they cannot name it. But with great light comes great resistance. As your third eye opens, you become a mirror. People see themselves in you, and not everyone is ready for that. Some will love you, others will fear you. You will be misunderstood, mocked, even attacked. But do not shrink. Do not dim your light to make others comfortable. Remember, the sun does not apologize for shining. This is the fifth sign you begin to trigger people's shadows, not because you are wrong, but because your presence activates their dormant truth. Can you carry the burden of being both healer and mirror? And now, you begin to hear the call. It is not loud. It is subtle, like a heartbeat beneath the noise. You feel it in stillness, in nature, in music, in silence. It speaks in symbols, numbers, synchronicities. You look at the clock and it's 11:11. You see feathers where there should be none. You have dreams with guides, beings of light, sometimes terrifying, sometimes comforting. This is the sixth sign. The universe is speaking to you directly. You are not crazy. You are being contacted, not by something outside of you, but by the higher version of you that never forgot. And then the final sign, the seventh and most powerful. You begin to remember your mission. You may not know the details yet, but something within you stirs like a sleeping giant. You feel that you are here for something larger than survival. You are not meant to just pay bills and die. You are here to shift timelines, to awaken others, to build bridges between dimensions, to hold the frequency of peace in a world addicted to chaos. You don't need a title, a robe, or a temple. Your existence is the initiation, but you must choose. Will you answer the call? So I ask you now, from the deepest place in my being, are you willing to let go of everything you thought you were in order to become who you truly are? Are you ready to see through the illusion, even if it cost you your old life? Are you prepared to be lonely, to be misunderstood, to be called crazy if it means awakening to your divine truth? Because being an Omega level chosen one is not about power. It's about responsibility. You are the lighthouse in the storm. You are the fire in the dark. You are the eye in the chaos. And the world needs you now more than ever. Now that we've uncovered the 7 signs of the third eye awakening within the Omega level chosen ones, the real journey begins. Recognizing the signs is only the start. To truly walk this path, you must live them. You must embody the vibration of what your soul has always known. The moment you acknowledge your calling, the universe conspires to test your readiness. You start to feel as though you are walking between 2 worlds, one foot in the physical, another in the unseen. This is not a metaphor. This is a reality that only those with awakened sight will understand. You begin to feel detached from the structure of society. Not out of rebellion, but because the old systems no longer resonate with your frequency. You may find it difficult to engage in small talk, to pursue careers that lack purpose, or to chase status symbols that once seemed meaningful. Even food, music, clothing, everything becomes vibrational. Your soul starts rejecting what is artificial. You crave authenticity in a world addicted to masks, and this makes you different. But being different is not your weakness. It is your signature. Have you noticed that the more you awaken, the less you fear death? That's no accident. The third eye reveals to you that death is not an end, but a doorway. You begin to see beyond the veil. You may have dreams of past lives or visions of other dimensions. You may feel connections to ancient civilizations, to star systems, to beings of light. These are not fantasies. These are memories. Your soul is multidimensional. And once your third eye is fully active, you begin to access those layers of self. You are no longer bound by the physical narrative of one lifetime. But with this expanded awareness also comes a deep and often painful empathy. You feel the suffering of the world as if it were your own. When a forest burns, you ache. When a soul cries out, you hear it in your chest. You feel the collective pain of humanity, and it can be overwhelming. This is the burden of an Omega-level chosen one. You are not here to escape the world. You are here to transform it. But how can you hold the pain without becoming it? That is the test. And the answer lies in transmutation. Transmutation is the art of alchemy, not of metals, but of emotion and energy. You begin to realize that every emotion is sacred. Anger, when purified, becomes passion. Fear, when understood, becomes focus. Grief, when honored, becomes compassion. You learn to sit with your feelings without running from them. You no longer label emotions as good or bad. Instead, you ask, what is this trying to teach me? You become a master of inner alchemy. You no longer avoid pain, you sit in it until it reveals its hidden light. And that light becomes your power. You also begin to attract others who are waking up. This is not coincidence. We are not meant to awaken alone. The universe sends mirrors, soul family, twin flames, kindred spirits. But be warned, not all who are drawn to your light are ready for your truth. Some are drawn because they subconsciously seek healing. Others because they want your energy without doing the work. Discernment becomes crucial. You must learn to feel the vibration behind the words, the energy behind the smile. Protect your aura, not with fear but with clarity. And as your vision deepens, so does your intuition. You start to trust your inner voice more than external noise. You begin to know things without knowing how you know them. You feel when someone is lying. You sense when something is about to happen. You receive downloads while meditating, walking, even in the shower. These are not random thoughts. These are transmissions. Your third eye is acting like a receiver tuned into the divine frequency. But are you listening? Are you making space in your life to receive? The world will try to distract you. It will offer you comfort in exchange for conformity. It will tempt you to abandon your truth for approval. But you must remember, being chosen is not about being special. It's about being willing. Willing to walk alone. Willing to speak truth when it's inconvenient. Willing to live by inner guidance even when it makes no logical sense. This is not an easy path, but it is the only path for those who have seen beyond the veil. At times you will question your sanity. You will wonder if you are making it all up. But every time you doubt, the universe will send a sign, a synchronicity, a number, a message, a stranger who says exactly what you needed to hear. These are confirmations. You are not alone. You are being guided. But the guidance will never override your free will. You must choose to trust. You must choose to leap even when you cannot see the net. Can I ask you something only your soul can answer? What are you willing to lose to become who you were born to be? Are you willing to be misunderstood, judged, even abandoned if it means living your divine truth? Because awakening is not about comfort. It's about liberation. And liberation often comes through fire. As your third eye continues to open, you will begin to perceive the energetic matrix behind physical reality. You will sense vibrations, see auras, feel the thoughts of others before they speak. You may even begin to experience telepathy, clairvoyance, or clairaudience. These are not gifts, they are your natural state returning. But they require responsibility. You must use your sight wisely, not to manipulate but to uplift, not to control but to serve. You are not here to escape the world but to anchor heaven into it. You may go through a period of ego death. This is one of the darkest parts of the journey. Everything you thought you wear, your name, your roles, your beliefs, begins to dissolve. You may feel empty, lost, like a caterpillar in a cocoon that no longer fits. But this is sacred. This is the rebirth. The void is not the end, it is the womb of creation. Sit in the darkness. Do not rush the light. The old must die for the true self to emerge. And as you emerge, you begin to embody what some call Christ consciousness, Buddha nature, source alignment. You begin to live from the heart, not in sentimentality, but in fierce, unconditional love. You carry peace in your aura. You speak truth with grace. You walk with intention. You no longer seek to be seen, you become the seeing. You no longer seek to be understood, you become understanding itself. You are not here to fit in. You are here to realign the world's compass. And yes, you will still feel pain. You will still have moments of doubt, fear, and frustration. But you will no longer be a prisoner to them. You will observe them, learn from them, and release them. You will become the calm in the storm. Because once your third eye is fully open, you no longer react, you respond. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer force, you flow. This is the true power of the awakened Omega soul. So again I ask, can you hold the light when the world is in darkness? Can you be the awakening in a world still dreaming? Can you walk with ancient wisdom in modern chaos? If so, then know this. You are not just here to awaken, you are here to activate others. Your presence is a key. Your vibration is a code. And every time you choose truth over fear, love over hate, presence over distraction, you send ripples through the collective unconscious. You are changing the world just by being who you are. Now that you have seen what lies behind the veil, the question becomes, what will you do with this sight? Awakening the third eye is not a destination, it is a doorway to a deeper, more sacred way of living. You are no longer simply a human with a spiritual side. You are a spiritual being navigating the human experience with awakened vision. With this vision comes clarity, with clarity comes power, and with power comes sacred responsibility. This is the path of the Omega level chosen one, not to escape life, but to live it as a conscious act of divine service. Many people ask, what is my purpose? But you who have awakened must ask a deeper question. Who must I become in order to fulfill the vibration I was sent here to hold? For chosen ones, purpose is not about a job title, a mission statement, or a destination. It is about resonance, the way you walk, the way you speak, the energy you carry in every interaction. This is your purpose in action. You are not here to convince people with words. You are here to shift them with your frequency. Your presence is your prophecy. As your third eye remains open, you begin to experience life as a mirror. Every situation, every person, every challenge is reflecting something within you. There are no accidents, no victims, only reflections, only lessons. This is not always comfortable. It demands radical self-honesty. It forces you to stop blaming others and start taking full energetic responsibility. But this is the difference between a seeker and a master. Seekers ask why the world is broken. Masters ask what within them is being called to heal. You will be called to leadership, but not in the traditional sense. Your leadership will not come from authority, but from authenticity. The world is tired of false prophets, self-appointed gurus, and hollow traditions. What it craves now are embodied souls, those who live the truth so deeply that their life becomes the teaching. You are not here to preach. You are here to be, to live every moment in alignment, to walk in such integrity that others remember who they are simply by being in your presence. That is the power you carry, whether you realize it yet or not. But beware, the ego can hijack even the most spiritual path. It will whisper that you are chosen and therefore better. It will tempt you to compare your journey with others, to seek validation for your awakening. But remember this, everyone is chosen. Not everyone remembers. The difference between the awakened and the asleep is not superiority, it is responsibility. You are not better because you see more. You are simply more accountable. The third eye must be tempered with heart-centered humility, or it becomes just another form of blindness. Let me ask you something few dare to confront. Are you willing to let go of the identity of the awakened one in order to truly serve the awakening? Can you release even the label of chosen so that you may be empty enough to carry the full power of the divine? The greatest paradox of awakening is that the more light you carry, the more invisible you become. You no longer need recognition. You no longer crave applause. You become like the wind, moving everything, seen by nothing. You begin to operate from a multi-dimensional awareness. You understand that your actions ripple into timelines beyond this one. A word of kindness can shift generations. A moment of presence can alter someone's fate. Nothing is small anymore. Every act is sacred. Every thought is a spell. Every choice is a vibration. You start to live in ceremony not with incense and chants, but with intention and devotion. Your whole life becomes your altar. Your breath becomes your prayer. And in this state, you begin to work with energies in ways most people cannot comprehend. You become a guardian of frequency. You may be called to enter spaces that feel dense, chaotic, or spiritually stagnant, not to judge, but to transmute. Your very presence begins to clear old energies, awaken dormant codes, and activate ancient memories in others. You are a carrier of light codes, a transmitter of divine frequencies. And often you will not even know how deeply you are impacting others. But the soul always knows, and the soul always remembers. There will still be moments of darkness. Being awakened does not make you immune to suffering, it makes you more intimate with it. But now, you suffer consciously. You cry sacred tears. You fall with awareness. And in doing so, you discover a deeper truth. Suffering is not the enemy, it is the portal. It is through pain that your compassion deepens. It is through loss that your heart softens. It is through death that your wisdom expands. You no longer run from the shadow, you dance with it. You embrace the totality of existence, knowing that light and dark are both necessary for wholeness. Eventually, you begin to understand the full scope of your mission. You realize that you are not just awakening for yourself. You are a node in a vast spiritual grid, a living conduit of transformation. Every time you choose love over fear, presence over distraction, truth over convenience, you are anchoring a higher timeline for Earth. This is not metaphor. This is energetic fact. You are literally contributing to the evolution of human consciousness. The Omega-level chosen ones are not here to escape the system. They are here to rewrite it from the inside out. And this rewriting begins in the smallest places. How you speak to a stranger, how you breathe during conflict, how you treat your body, your home, your thoughts. Nothing is too small. The greatest revolutions begin in the invisible. You are here not to overthrow the old, but to embody the new. And the new is not a set of beliefs, it is a way of being, a frequency, a vibration, a presence that speaks louder than any doctrine ever could. Over time, you may begin to notice that your life becomes less predictable. Synchronicities increase. Time behaves strangely. You meet people who feel like family, even though you've just met. You receive dreams with messages. You begin to speak things that others needed to hear, without knowing how or why. This is not magic. This is alignment. When the third eye is open and the heart is awakened, you become a living oracle, a walking transmission, and the universe begins to use you as a vessel for divine intelligence. But what if I told you the real test is not how mystical you become, but how grounded you remain? The true Omega-level chosen ones are not floating in the clouds. They are rooted in the earth. They do not escape the world, they serve it. They pay their bills, make their meals, sit in traffic, but they do it all with sacred awareness. They do not need to retreat to mountaintops. They bring the mountaintop into the marketplace. This is the next evolution of spirituality. No more separation between spirit and matter. The awakened ones are here to unify the two. So, what does it mean to live as an awakened chosen one in a chaotic world? It means holding peace when the world panics, speaking truth when silence would be safer, loving when hate is easier. It means walking the path of the mystic and the warrior, soft yet strong, fierce yet compassionate, invisible yet undeniable. You are not here to fit in. You are here to remind people what freedom feels like. And now, as we reach the end of this journey together, I leave you with the most important question of all. Will you remember who you are every single day, even when the world tries to make you forget? Will you wake up each morning and say, "Today, I choose truth. Today, I choose presence. Today, I choose love"? This is not a one-time awakening. It is a daily rebirth, a constant remembering, a sacred discipline. You are not here by accident. You are not broken. You are not lost. You are not too sensitive. You are not too much. You are a divine being encoded with ancient wisdom, here to help humanity remember its soul. You are the bridge between worlds. You are the whisper of truth in a world of noise. You are the dream of the divine wrapped in human skin. So go forth, not with pride but with reverence, not with fear but with fire, not to change the world but to embody a new one. Your very being is the revolution. You are the eye of the storm, the calm in the chaos, the remembrance in the forgetting. You are an Omega level chosen one. And now the world is waiting for you to rise.